Datuk, Wira, if I could go to you, we saw in Vietnam the direct purchasing price agreement just recently launched, and Malaysia has done some similar things themselves, but it is amongst the most advantaged in the region in terms of long-term debt market depth, developing banking sector, lots of experience funding really large projects. But with an incoming utility dominating the market, it has not really attracted a proportionate level of investment in the renewable sector to date. Your recent corporate green power program, however, is trying to change that. And this allows private off-takers via virtual PPAs. Do you think this is going to work? Do you think you'll do more programs like this? And importantly, do you think you'll see more private capital coming into the Malaysian market off the back of this?
Thank you, David, for the question. Yeah. Before I respond directly to your question on the corporate green power program, let me put into the perspective in the case of Malaysia when it comes to the renewable energy. So recently we have updated our national determined contribution under the Paris Agreement, where we pledged to reduce our economic-wide carbon intensity against GDP by 45% in 2030. So therefore, we have started our journey towards renewable energy for the last many years. And we have implemented a number of initiatives, such as the feed-in tariff, self-consumption. We also implemented net energy metering as well as the large-scale solar plants throughout the country. So by 2022, the installed capacity, mixed capacity, by 2022, this initiative already reached 22% of our total energy capacity. So back to your question on the recent introduction by the government of Malaysia when it comes to the corporate green power program. This was launched sometime November last year. And since November until May, we have put in place all the guidelines and as well as the, how the process, the application and so on. So starting from May this year until December, what we target under this corporate green power program, that by 2050, there will be about 800 megawatt. So far, since the launch of this, we have 22 bidders, 22 companies, be in the form of individual as well as consortium. So now, based from these 22 business investors, 560 megawatt has been taken up from that 800. So what I'm trying to say here that, based from this program, this is a very successful program because it benefits many parties, including the National Electricity Company, the corporate, the investment, the investors, as well as the solar power companies who have produced the solar that work into the grid. So based from the success story of this, which remaining 260 megawatt that is available for investors to come and invest in this renewable energy under the program of the corporate power, the corporate green power program, I can see that there will be more program as such to be introduced by the government in Malaysia. As shared by our minister today, Minister of Investment, Tengku Zafrul, recently we already launched our energy transformation, our transition roadmap, as well as yesterday we introduced our National Industrial Master Plan, where ESG sustainability goals have been given emphasis on where Malaysia would like to bring when it comes to renewable energy. As you might aware, Malaysia is a host of more than 5,000 multinational companies where when they invested in Malaysia, they are also moving towards utilizing renewable energy for their process because many of them are exporting back to EU and many other countries where renewable energy has been given one of the options, one of the conditions for them to send back their product into that country. Similarly, to support the multinational company, our Malaysian company, domestic company has to be part of the supply chain of this multinational. They are also have to utilize renewable energy. So therefore, I would like to summarize that this program under the corporate green power program is a very successful model, and therefore, because of these two plans that we have introduced recently, the energy transition roadmap as well as the new industrial master plan, there will be a lot of opportunity, both for foreign direct investment as domestic investment is renewable energy. So that is my take on your question. Thank you.